Hey everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here, and today I'm going to bring another video out to you on 3 pharmaceutical companies that I've already done videos on, but I'm going to do a follow-up today. Those 3 stocks are Pfizer, PFE, tonix Pharmaceuticals, TXNP, and neurometrix, NURO. So, if you want to see what I found out from a follow-up perspective, you sit right there. Hey everybody, Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Love bringing these videos to you. If you're a first-time visitor here, we're thankful that you're here, but hit the subscribe button. Had to think about that. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you will be alerted when new content like this comes out. And as we go along in here, if you like the content, hit the like button. Let me know that you like the video and let YouTubers out there know what's going on here at VectorVest as well. And also, if you've got comments on the video on the stocks that I'm talking about, put them in the comments. I'll answer you back. I always like to have the interaction. All right, let's get hot and heavy into what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about these 3 stocks: Pfizer, neurometrix, and tonix Pharmaceutical. Now, when did I do this video? Pfizer. I recently did a video on this when the Pfizer vaccine drug was okayed by the FDA. It finally got FDA approval, the only vaccine stock out there that's got FDA approval. And what did I say? I said that the sky was the limit on the stock. Well, since then, the stock has pulled back tremendously, and I've got a lot of comments of, Glenn, with the FDA approval, why is the stock going down? Well, today, I hopefully am going to give you a couple of answers as to what's going on with this stock, as well as many other stocks in this space. My first article is from TipRanks, Pfizer boosted by vaccine tailwinds, and this was just put out today, September 13th. So, Pfizer is a leading pharma company that has offered reliable dividends, and that's cool for a company. A company that gives out dividends and grows their dividends proves themselves over time to be a good company for more than many years, and that operates a recession-resilient business. So even as recessions come and go, Pfizer is a company that you want to keep your money in for the long term because it will hold its own, making it suitable for income investors, longer term investors, value investing. In 2021, Pfizer is experiencing tailwinds from COVID-19 vaccine that was developed by BioNTech. At current levels, Pfizer is not ultra cheap any longer, but shares are far from expensive. Let me go down here. Pfizer, here it is. Pfizer has raised this dividend reliability for many years. The payout has been raised for 11 years in a row, with a dividend growth rate averaging 6.3% over the last 5 years. At the current prices, Pfizer's dividend yield is 3.4, which is significantly more than the yield one can get from the broad market or treasuries today. So that's something in the behalf of Pfizer to show it as a good, viable company outside of the COVID vaccine. The combination of Pfizer's dividend yield and its historic dividend growth rate is reasonably attractive, as this allows for annual returns in the range of about 10% a year, as long as the company can maintain its dividend growth rate for the long run. As we scroll down a little bit more, it should be noted, however, that Pfizer's earnings per share are forecasted to decline to some degree in 2022, as tailwinds from its COVID vaccine will be less impactful next year. So we do understand that there's a lot of drugs in this space vying to be the next vaccine that's out there. So Pfizer's in the mix, Novavax, DVax, a lot of companies out there are vying to get in there. Tonix, which is going to be a stock that we're going to talk about today, is in that space as well. All right, in 2021, Pfizer will see massive tailwinds from its COVID shot, Comirnaty, as the CEO expects revenues of more than $33.5 billion. The company is making money off of the COVID vaccine during the next current year. Not all of that will flow, though, to the company's bottom line. Of course, the margins will not be overly high on these vaccine sales. Still, Pfizer is seeing significant tailwinds from its COVID shot this year and likely 2022 as well, especially if booster shots are rolled out on a broad basis. And this is another reason why a lot of these companies are going down, a lot of the companies in this space. Why? Because there's an argument over whether or not we need the booster vaccine rather than just going after the unvaccinated people. So there's the argument right now, and I'm not going to get into any of the political talk here, but that is one of the things that's hurting not only this company, but many companies in the space, as I'm going to show you in a minute. So I took this on a different run as well. I wanted to see what big companies were doing. Well, JP Morgan Chase raises the price target to $42. So that's another hedge fund or big money manager that's pushing the stock's price higher. Had its price target increased by research analyst JP Morgan from 40 to 42. That's not a lot of money, but it is a raise nonetheless. All right, so I took that even a step further. Let's see what the other big money managers are doing as far as growing their stakes in the company. So Rafferty Assets buys 18,000 shares of Pfizer. That's one company. Now their holdings is worth over $5 million. Several other hedge funds and other institutional investors also recently added or reduced their stakes in Pfizer. Benjamin Edwards boosted their position by 36%. Now their value after purchasing, the stock is valued at $36,000 after purchasing an additional 267 shares. Alpha DNA investment boosted its positions by 52% over the last quarter. Now they're valued at $39,000, purchasing an additional 374 shares. Lake Point, now that's not a lot of shares. Think about it. These are not big boosts as far as shares being invested. Alpha DNA now owns only 1,000 shares of it at $39,000. Lake Point Well Management bought a new stake for the second quarter, about $49,000. Abundance Wealth Counselors bought a new stake of Pfizer during the first quarter at about $51,000, and KB Financial Partners bought a new stake of Pfizer during the first quarter at about $62,000. Notice that these are all new stakes. So more and more people are seeing the value behind Pfizer and putting money behind it. May not seem like a lot, but they are buying into it. All right, so that's what I've got on Pfizer. Let's go to neurometrix. Now, when did I do neurometrix? A while ago. It was a big popping stock, and it just was rock and rolling. So now I wanted to do a follow-up on them. This company now is 241% of its 52-week high, but its upside possibilities might surprise you. So it goes into a little bit of what's going on with it. Neurometrix analysts' consensus is about average recommendation of a buy while assigning it a mean rating of 2. Splitting up the data highlights that out of one analyst covering the stock, 0 rated the stock as a sell. There's only one analyst. So it's not a whole bunch of people jumping behind the stock, but the stock was a big mover. Did a video on it. We're going to do some more analysis on it. Now, when I look at neurometrix, I wanted to go a little further and see what else they've got going on. They've got a couple of things going on. This is from their website. DPN Check, a second-generation device currently under development, looking to be launched in quarter 4 of 2021 or quarter 1 of 2022. Under therapeutics, though, they are looking at a fibromyalgia drug. Remember when I was hot and heavy on Tonix pharmaceutical for fibromyalgia, but then they pivoted over to COVID-19? Well, neurometrix is going after fibromyalgia, looking for a submission for the drug to the FDA quarter 4 of 2021 later this year with a potential commercial launch in 2022. So Quell has been granted breakthrough device designation by the FDA for treatment of fibromyalgia. They've got chemotherapy-induced peripheral neuropathy. Pilot study evaluating the effectiveness of Quell and CIPN has been published in the supportive care cancer. So this is more publications, potential readout, though, in the first half of 2022. And the last one here is restless leg syndrome, small pilot study conducted. So they've got some drugs in the pipeline for neurometrix as well, something to keep your eye on. The last one we're going to do is Tonix Pharmaceutical. I went to their website as well. Tonix Pharmaceutical announces results of its meeting with the FDA on Tonix 1800 as a potential vaccine to prevent COVID-19. And so they moved from the fibromyalgia. The studies on the fibromyalgia did not pan out well. So they pivoted over to COVID-19, and now they're going hot and heavy. They just recently built a big center or facility in New Jersey to go after COVID-19. I did talk about that as a video as well. So that's where these three drugs stand. All right, so now let's move over to the VectorVest software and let's go take a look at them. Got them in a watch list. Notice that all three of them are down today. This is live data. As of right now, 2:07 today. All three stocks are down. I'm going to start off with Pfizer. Pfizer is a stock that's trading at $44 with a value of $61. So it's already hit that price target higher than was expected on that Tip Ranks video. So it's higher, right? That's one. Number two, the stock's got good upside potential by way of relative value. This stock should outperform the market by 51% over the next 1 to 3 years. Now, it's going to take some time for that to happen, and this becomes more of a value play than a growth play. All right, a lot of other stocks in this space will be looked at as growth plays. They'll have a lot bigger bump up, but they may not have all the fundamentals behind it. Pfizer is also a safe stock. It's not in an uptrend right now. RT is below 1, but something else catches my attention. The stock's got an earnings per share of 3.2%. $3.20. It's growing at a rate of 21%. Double-digit growth in earnings. That's always attractive to people. Let's go over to the dividend. They pay a dividend of $3.52. Look at that. With a dividend safety of 66%. This stock will hold or grow their dividends. Actually, that's the dividend yield is at 3.52%. The dividend is $1.56. There we go. That makes more sense. 66% dividend safety, 11% dividend growth. This altogether is a good longer-term play. All right, now let's look at Tonix. Tonix is 65 cents with a value of 45. Grossly overvalued. Upside potential is not there. It should not outperform a AAA corporate bond. The safety is not there, and it's in a downtrend. It's a sell recommendation. It's got a negative earnings, but a positive earnings growth rate. So they're growing their earnings, so hopefully it becomes less and less bad. NURO, trading at $10.70 with a value of $1.52. Down today, upside potential, not there. Safety, not there. Not in an uptrend. Negative earnings per share, again, with a positive earnings growth rate. So these two would be more of my growth plays, whereas Pfizer would be more of my longer-term value play. Let's go take a look at all three stocks, all right? Put them on a 3-month graph. After the video came out on Pfizer, I said sky's the limit. The stock's price pulled back a lot. Whoa, big move to the downside, and the stock's price has been going down. And again, I've gotten a lot of questions as to why is the stock going down. Again, I think that it's the idea of the boosters. Everybody's fighting over whether or not it needs the boosters or not, or should they still be going after the unvaccinated people. That's been a big issue. This is all about COVID-19 and what they come out with. The stock's price is moving down. If you're not in the stock, I wouldn't buy it right now, but I still think that it's a good value play. It's got good fundamentals behind the stock. The stock's price, look at that. RT is falling. Volume is picking up to the downside. More people are selling out, but I did show that people are picking up some shares of it nonetheless. And before we finish, I'm going to do one other thing. All right, so Pfizer's a tough play right now, but it's fundamentally sound. If we go to Tonix Pharmaceutical, remember, if it was moving from fibromyalgia to COVID-19, is the pivot working? The stock is in a channel right now. It's right at support, sitting at a level of about 65 cents. Let's see, and it's right there right now. Let's see if that level of support holds. If it does, this could be in a nice channel and bounce back up. I do like that relative timing is getting better. It's nowhere close to being really good, but it's getting better, and volume is pretty steady. Let's move over to neurometrix, also sitting at a level of support. Man, these stocks are getting hit in this space but this was a good stock. Healthcare products, this was looking at PPE stuff when the stock had blasted off and started really moving. I still think that this is a good play, but fundamentally it's not sound, and this would be more of a growth play. Let's see if that will pull back. Now, pull back up. The 3 and the 8 are negative, stock's right at support. Now, remember I said I wanted to look at something else. I'm going to go to Pfizer. I'm going to right-click on the stock. I'm going to view the industry graph. The industry graph shows me that the whole industry is going down. So it's not just Pfizer that's getting hit. The whole industry is getting hit, and a lot of vaccine drugs or vaccine companies are in this space, and they're all getting hit at this point in time. But COVID-19 right now doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. So these stocks are probably going to turn back around at some point in time. I don't have an answer as to when, but at least keep your eyes on these stocks. And I wanted to do a follow-up. These are all videos that I've done in the past. I wanted to see where are they now. Folks, we do the research, you reap the rewards, and that's what it's all about. Keep your eyes on these stocks. I still think that Pfizer is a good value play, where tonix and neurometrix are more of growth plays, but you got to time them on when to get in. Folks, this video is over, and until the next time, see ya.